A very good evening and welcome to UBC News Tonight at 10 p.m. My name is Sharon Chomjisha. Welcome. Let's take a look at our top stories of the day. UBC News Tonight, Museveni holds bilateral talks with his Algerian counterpart. Right Reverend Onesma Sasimwe installed Bishop of North Chidezi. Government to salvage stalled Toro fertilizer factory. And lastly, Sam Ulyomoki held Parliament for the NSSF report. Good evening once again and welcome to UBC News Tonight. My name is Sharon Chondisha and UBC News Tonight. President Yoweri Museveni today has held talks with his Algerian counterpart at President's Palace, Algiers, and later laid a wreath at the monument and then toured the military museum. President Museveni is in Algeria on a 3-day trip, and he is on the second day of a 3-day trip to Algeria at the invitation of the President of Algeria.
7 plus China. In this framework, I would like to praise the support, your support that you brought, that Algeria will organize a preparatory meeting for the non-aligned movement in next summer, in June or July. And Excellency the President, I would like to express through this forum to express the stable position of the Republic of Uganda to be in solidarity for the decolonization movement of the Western Sahara and defending the Palestine state for its liberation. So we have the duty with the African leaders to intensify our efforts, to double our efforts, collective efforts, in order to have more political and material support for the Palestinian and Western Saharan people, and inviting the international community to assume its historic responsibility and to enable them to their independence and self-determination at the end. All the consequences of the crisis that are taking place in the world and our continent, many of the African countries are suffering from internal crisis. I would like to praise the role played in order to reinforce stability and peace, particularly in the Sahel region, and Algeria that is chairing the peace and national reconciliation in Mali, considers that the agreements signed in 2015 is the suitable framework for settlement of the crisis in this country. With your permission, I would like to talk about the good offices and the peaceful settlements that we're making. I would like to praise the participation, the contribution of your country in the mediation in order to settle the problem in DRC wishing you full success while you are continuing your efforts in order to find a peaceful solution in this conflict that has become a real human crisis. Long live friendship between Uganda and Algeria, and I thank you for your kind attention. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my delegation and myself are very happy to be here on your invitation on the state visit, and we have had a very fruitful discussions. As we discussed in our private meeting, modern prosperity is based on the production and sale of goods and services, which means therefore you need three actors. You need a producer of goods and services, but you also need a consumer, the one who buys. If you don't have enough buyers, the business will not thrive. That's why, since 1980, the African leaders realized the issue of economic integration through the Lagos Plan of Action. It has taken time to be realized, but we are moving. We have now agreed on the CFTA, the Continental Free Trade Area. But in order for that to happen, you must have peace in the country, in the continent. And that's why, therefore, the discussion between His Excellency and myself focused on the issue of peace in Africa. After peace, then you need infrastructure. And as you heard, Algeria has already moved on that front by building communication linkages through the Sahara to West Africa. That's a very positive contribution. I hope a railway system will be built between North Africa, between the Maghreb and West Africa, because that one would make trade much easier. But we are continuing, and we have got same ideas with Algeria. Apart from the continental efforts, the common market of Africa, which is now 1.5 billion people. However, by 2050, the population of Africa will be 2.5.
Reverend Onesmus Asimwe has been enthroned as the 6th Bishop of North Kigezi Diocese by the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, at St. Emmanuel Cathedral in Rukunjiri. The Vice President, Major Jessica Lupo, who represented President Museveni, asked the new bishop to fight bad values affecting the Church and African norms at large.
I hereby declare, and let it be known to you, that the famous armor all.
North Kigezi Diocese has got a new bishop during a ceremony held at St. Emmanuel Cathedral, Kinyansano in Rukunjiri Municipality. The Right Reverend Onesimus Asimwe's enthronement follows the demise of Bishop Bernard Magezi, who died of COVID-19 in 2021. Vice President Major Jessica Alupo represented President Yoweri Museveni and urged the new bishop to fight bad culture and values which affect the church and African norms at large.
The church is facing erosion of moral standards. The church is a very important conduit for attitude change towards development. We count on you to sensitize and teach our people the value of self-reliance and honesty. That is the only way we shall preserve the nation from infiltration by the current global moral decadence.
She added that the Bishop Onesimus should also use the new position to promote development among the faithfuls.
Uganda's economy has been transformed to a level where the country will be self-sufficient and achieve sustainable growth. The foundation has been built with opening up of more manufacturing industries. Your Grace, I therefore encourage the Church to establish more economic-related projects that will support the leaders and church activities.
Former Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, the Right Reverend Luke Orombi, was the chief preacher, and he advised the new bishop to lead with utmost humility.
What is yours? And if anybody wants to poison you, the Lord will hold their hands.
Hallelujah.
You are the servant of God. He is your protector. He is your defender. He's the one who opens door. And what he opens, nobody can close. My son, finally be humble. Be humble. This church makes it very difficult for us to be humble.
The Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, who was also the chief celebrant, encouraged Bishop Onesimus to work with everyone, including those who oppose him.
Holistic transformation, materialism and all the isms, Confucianism, liberalism, materialism, all those things should not really take us.
Enthronement attracted the first Deputy Prime Minister, Rebecca Kadaga, Minister for ICT, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, State Minister for Economic Development, David Bahati, Sarah Mateke, State Minister for Finance, Henry Musasizi, and Minister for Security, Major General Jim Muhwezi, who was the chairperson organizing committee for the event.
I want to assure you, I had your charge, which is spot on. It touched all the issues we have in mind. Of course, the revival, which we know very well and we want, but also the completion of this church and the rehabilitation and reviving Makobore High School.
Government gifted the new bishop with a brand new Land Cruiser Model TXL to facilitate his activities. Michael Jordan Lukomwa with Philip Aguta, North Kigezi Diocese, Rukunjiri Municipality.
Well, congratulations to Bishop Asimwe. In more stories, following a directive of the President, Prime Minister Nana Banja has made on the spot inspection of the stalled phosphate manufacturing plant in Osukuru Toro district. The purpose of the inspection was to identify challenges facing the factory to enable government take necessary interventions to have it back to operation. Details follow.
The multi-million-dollar phosphate manufacturing plant in Osukuru Tororo district has stalled for over 2 years. Government has planned to initiate interventions aimed at getting this project out of its current crisis.
So this is the dressing plant, and the other side, those equipment is for iron concentrate. Here is phosphate concentrate. So when the phosphate is taken out, the slag will go to the other side for the iron concentrate. That is for iron? Iron. Yeah, so this is the dressing plant.
How long has it been done
like this? Since 2021. Then we stopped manufacturing. But we sold the fertilizer up to end of 2021.
Yeah, that's true. I came here in 2021,
yes.
And there was still a lot of fertilizer.
Yes.
It's now over.
And now it's over. We have sold them.
Sitting on over 265 square kilometers of land, the Uganda-China Free Zone of International Cooperation Project had planned to produce 300,000 tons of fertilizers, among other products. On behalf of government and the people of Uganda, the Prime Minister expressed concern, seeing such a big fertilizer plant suffocated and dormant. It was evident that no major operations had taken place at this factory. The installed infrastructure, such as buildings and machinery, lay in silence. A number of bags of bioorganic fertilizer in stock had gathered dust.
I want to appreciate the investor for the resilience and the patience that they have exhibited in waiting for this matter to be resolved.
We trust you are going to rejuvenate this project.
Nabanja stressed the need to do sustainable exploitation of natural resources to enable the country achieve the much-needed economic transformation.
Uganda is an agricultural country. And we are these days talking in terms of PDM. And we have a lot of hope that our people are going to be as productive as possible. So we need the fertilizers in this country. So the president directed me to come and inspect and do the monitoring of this facility so that we can come up with resolutions that can help this facility to move forward, and also, if it's possible, to attract other investors who can come to work side by side with this company.
Currently, government is implementing a flagship program called the Parish Development Model that should benefit from increased fertilizer production. Nabanja said the president had established a cabinet subcommittee led by Minister in charge of Science and Technology, Dr. Monica Musenero, to take lead in reviving this phosphate factory.
The president wants to see how to help the people of Tororo. This is for you, the people of Tororo. It is yours. Look at it as a baby. Some of us don't have such investments in our areas. But that does not stop us from assisting people who have got this opportunity. Ugandans must learn to help investors. Ugandans, this is from me as an individual, not as the Prime Minister. Ugandans must learn to own investments in their areas. If you don't own, how many jobs are lost here? How many people were benefiting from this facility? Those who were selling Goja, Chapat, those who were cleaning. How many jobs have we lost? So let us protect investors going forward.
Others present during the guided tour of the phosphate facility included State Minister for Defense Jacob Obotho-Both, State Minister in charge of TESO Affairs, Ongalo Obote, State Minister for Energy Okasai Opolot, area members of parliament, local leaders, and senior government officials.
Now, a key forum for democratic change figure in Rukunjiri district, Henry Mugarura, has crossed to the ruling NRM party. Mugarura, business tycoon in Kampala, announced his comeback on Saturday in the presence of Rukunjiri NRM chairperson and Minister for Security, Major General Jim Muhwezi. Mugarura claimed that FDC party has lost its ideology and strategy of taking power, and he has joined the NRM party for development.
Well, I first of all, as I told you, I left NRM and went to opposition. There were issues. We wanted to have a change, and especially we wanted our son of the soil to lead us to Dr. Besige. We said no. This is the son of this, our man is the son of the soil. Let us go behind him, and he also comes. He takes over the chair and he becomes the president. So as people really from the same area, we had to join him. But over time, things did not work out, and eventually the opposition was hijacked again by other forces with other intentions. So some of us, I talk about myself, I have really seen that it is time up. I need to go back to my party because I'm seeing the achievements. So I don't want to continue with opposition.
It's a very, very happy day for me as chairman of NRM in Rukunjiri. You remember when the president was here for the International AIDS Day, he met over 50 people who crossed from FDC and came back to NRM. So we are happy that we are getting more united. It is going to help us to foster development faster, because politics sometimes gets into the way of development, especially when people work against government programs. Mr. Mugarura is a developmental person. Recently, he helped us. There was one of the thriving.
Now, a group of women rights activists are calling upon government to incorporate sex workers into government programs for improved livelihood. This appeal comes as the recently launched Parish development model takes shape across the country. The Executive Director of Women's Organization Network for Human Rights Advocacy, Diana Natkunde, says such programs could improve the welfare of women and discourage them from engaging in such practices.
Call to action. We call upon our legislators together with the Uganda Law Reform Commission to review and repeal all punitive and discriminatory laws, that policies that have continued to restrict sex workers from practicing their occupation and criminalize the purchase of sexual services and those benefiting from the earnings of sex work. We call upon the government of Uganda to recognize sex workers' work and to include sex workers in all government programs like the Parish model.
Sigwe mulimo oguteekeddwa okukola era tegukkirizibwa mu mateeka. Naye olw'okuba nti tetulina kyakukola ate tulina abaana abasajja baatulekawo abalala baafa ne tusalawo okwenyigira kulabika nti tubeera mu mbeera eya bulijjo abakyala. Kati naffe tusaba gavumenti naffe tutunulemu ng'abakyala. Tuli basingle mother, sex worker, naye tetuli mu mulimu ogwo nti tugweyagaliramu era tegukkirizibwa.
Moving on from that, beneficiaries of Parish Development Model Funds in Arua District have expressed happiness after receiving the money on their phones. This was during launch of the PDM Fund disbursement in Arua District this week, being presided over by National Coordinator of PDM Secretariat, Dennis Sozi Galabuzi. A total of 1 billion and 20 million Ugandan shillings was disbursed. Details follow.
I'm very great and happy to receive my message from PDM.
To the public outside, I'm telling that I've received Ugandan shillings 400,000, which is a very great grant to me.
Jola Aikoru and Grant Angwandia from Ezuko Parish, Vrasap County, are some of the beneficiaries of PDM money on the launch day. The two want to invest their money in agriculture, mainly to grow cassava as an enterprise.
This money I'm going to use for growing my crops, and I can share with business. I'm going to sell cassava flour. It may not be enough. Now they have given me 500,000. I know next time they will add on it.
I've never received such amount from anybody or from any individual. I've been doing subsistence farming. Now from today, I make sure that the acreage of cassava plantation I'm going to change.
To district leaders, reception of PDM money by the beneficiaries on their phones is a relief to them, as they have been doubted by the community who complained of PDM money being embezzled in the district. Arua District Woman Member of Parliament Lilian Paparu cautioned the beneficiaries against diverting the money for other issues, as it is a revolving fund.
Mina account is zizuri ovune demi musendere du mi bapilo vutiere ni kuba mvale school fees ra mvale adira school fees mingo for rodri sendera ni zirisi.
The National PDM Secretariat Coordinator Dennis Sozi Galabzi tasked leaders to continue educating locals about what they are supposed to do with the money and urged beneficiaries to use the money fruitfully.
And that they should educate these circle leaders together with the households for them to understand what they are supposed to do. Now to the people in the community, this is your money. It is your parish bank. How you use the money and how you're going to benefit out of it is your own problem now. And I don't think anyone wants to stay in poverty.
Main challenges farmers in Arua District face are lack of tractors for large-scale farm land openings and lack of value addition facilities for farm outputs. Arua District Chairman Alfred Okonji implored the government to address a number of issues he considers problematic to the community.
Even when we have land fragmentations here, we can still benefit from tractors. May I therefore request tractors for my farmers here, so that
our target is to have processing facilities in every parish, because there is a program going on right now in the Ministry of Agriculture where we give tractors to every sub-county.
Currently, Arua District has 32 registered PDM circles who received 32 million shillings each for 422 households out of about 31,000 households. Arua District PDM focal point person Dr. Toa Victor explained how the bigger number of households will benefit from the funds in the following years to 2025.
This is a revolving fund. We know these 4 years within this development period, we expect by the 4th year, every parish should have received 400 million.
Joseph Odama, UBC News in Arua District.
Who's not happy with a few millions in their pockets? Moving on from that, Buyaga West legislator Barnabas Tinkasimid and Uganda's representative in the East African Legislative Assembly, Dennis Namara, plan to compete for Buyaga West parliamentary seat in the next elections. The two disclosed this as they knelt for blessings of all shores of Isaka during the belated NRM anniversary celebrations for Kagadi district.
Uandike hai lohagira President Museveni leo sasa ikieleza itumagiro halima mafuta yekieka unanie hawakuwa mzee kasoko mkuturo mkiba nafa nimeitali masaki kajeleza umakura ya kakujeri kukwera akakwera Museveni ajaro mani
hato bakado kusakuwa mwebembezi koteine ekwakweleza abantu wanyu ekwakusa kukuza leo mwebembezi niwene kulewa industries kuona kwa bantu wetu bakuna katale ekebiti bakulima niko mwama kwa NRM ekikusemayo hakuwa nyowe bawe banzanile nyuma yongana kosokonyo wangu ni wote na watu
26 timu hakuwa yowe nikakuta Who is having his fat Kisanja as Tibuhabulwa is available in 2026. Yego. kakati mbasaba mujje Katonda yagambye ate namwe ne mukkiriza otantukano nga mugamba muzeeyi tava sijui kumeini sijui wapi ebyo byonna si bikulu kati ekikulu kiri nti muzeeyi mu 2026 ensi yonna egamba sebo jangu okole ekisanja kyekyokubiri kuba yasindikira sente zemutandikirako kati enkuba etandise okutonnya mbasaba sente zino kati mugende mutegeke ennimiro mwabalondo okusooka okufuna wabula buli omu ajja kufuna kubanga tujja bawa miliyoni 10 buli muluka kaakati mugende mutegeke ennimiro so that bweba bagamba nti obudde butuuse mugende mugiyeyo sente ate si kutangatanga mwombeke ebitooke emwanyi n'ebiki ebirala
hili site alikunyikiriza emikoga hano kandi yensi yona okutwala okusima kwange kuni ndi hano nabaikiriza obumu n'abalwanyi bange baitu enyikiriza eno nkokwekire mu nsi yona era abantu bona bakangira pulezidenti alikunyikiriza eri Congo eri Tanzania baitu bona saa zino ndibawoni barura omulimu ogugenda.
Uganda Scouts Association in Elgon sub-region have launched the Elgon Conservation Group to protect, preserve the environment and fight the effects of climate change. The association, in partnership with Uganda Wildlife Authority, Mount Elgon area, Makerere University Business Schools, are prioritizing the youths to ensure the restoration of the environment. Take a look.
Uganda Scouts Association has launched a tree planting drive to fight effects of climate change.
Conserve our environment. For that matter, I'm planting this tree in memory of the beginning of conserving the environment.
Olivia Bera, the Wadem Community Conservation Mount Elgon National Park, stressed that protection of the environment counts on each and every one.
Tree planting program is very, very important. And we need to conserve the trees that act as watershed. So it's very, very important for us to have our trees. Trees help us to have a clean environment. They act as carbon sink, they absorb carbon that comes from all over, and we are able to have clean environment, clean air, oxygen that comes from the trees.
A board member representing Eastern Uganda Scouts Association, Seno Patrick, reminded the Scouts of the law number 6 that emphasizes conservation of nature, hence cautioning them to desist from acts of destroying nature.
Now number 6 particularly says a Scout conserves nature. That is in line with what we're having today here in this activity. Nature means the trees, for example. We should plant trees, we should not cut down trees, we should not destroy nature.
The Scouts Association also launched a panda badge to be used by members who are to carry out tree planting campaign.
When young people plant trees in their respective schools, Uganda Scout Association is going to monitor the young people who are conserving their environment, and thereafter, together with the mentors and the scout leaders, you are going to be recommended for the award of the Panda Conservation Badge.
Meanwhile, the patron of Elgon Region Scouts Association, Amran John Wagabyarire, noted that the campaign to protect the environment will bear fruits once members have to embrace patriotism.
You people, have all of you impressed patriotism in your schools? A patriot loves himself, loves his country, loves his friends. Mama Meritaya, Mama Meritaya, Mama, Mama.
In more news, Students Affairs Administrator at Uganda Christian University, Kezan Hapuch, has urged the youth to embrace writing as a career. Speaking at the launch of the book Magic of Successful Living, Yetes applauded the author, Emmanuel Kwesiga, for addressing the challenges the youth are facing with and providing practical solutions for a successful living.
A new book titled The Magic of Successful Living is on the shelves in Kampala. Authored by 22-year-old Emmanuel Kwesiga, the volume highlights pressing issues that affect the youth and offers practical solutions on how they can realize their full potential. The Senior Student Affairs Administrator, Uganda Christian University, Kezen Hapuchi Tyson, who was one of the guests during its launch in Kampala, says the book is informative and timely response to issues pertaining to the youth.
It's a kind of friends to identify, and he's basically concluding on a note that you must know the end. You are just moving into something. What plans do you have? How do you plan to conclude it? What is the causal-effect relationship of what you've gotten into?
The book is a well-researched handbook and generously offers steps for a mindset change. The author, Emmanuel Kwesiga, invited the youth to read the book for practical guidance on successful living.
I believe you've benefited from my communication and from the book. That is how best you can benefit. And of course, when you get to understand and change your mindset as an individual, it doesn't actually stop on you alone. You actually extend the same information and value and benefit to the rest of your family members, to your community, and to the nation. So at the end of the day, it is not an individual who has read a book that is actually benefiting, but everyone at large, everyone attached.
Kwesiga further urges the youth to exploit their talents, saying writing that he's so passionate about is a rewarding career.
Even anyone of my age, even below that, as long as you have access to education and you can write and you have passion to do so, you actually can do it. Because why not? You have all it takes. All it takes is education.
Ali Asaba and Joseph Miyingo, UBC Tonight.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
This is our family's pride.
This is my friend.
This is the future of our nation.
She is the future of Uganda, and the policies I enact today will protect her from teenage pregnancy.
She is the hope of our community, and I will talk to others about how we must protect her.
She is our family's pride, and I will protect her from child marriage and talk to her about the dangers of teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and pregnancy, because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Their support meant so much to me. I stayed focused and was protected from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. I will support other girls against child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda from Airtel. Now heavily discounted from 250,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings only. Yes, 150,000 shillings only to keep you connected to your loved ones.
Dial *175*94# to activate free 1 GB instantly and 100% double data on all weekly and monthly bundles for 3 months. Get one today while stock lasts from the nearest Airtel shop. With Airtel, the smartphone network.
Fish farming expo and training. Ekajansi ku aquaculture research and development center kutandika Friday ngabiri munya paka Sunday ngabiri mukaga March 2023 sawa bide zokumacha bali lunaku kosirenya kubitanda zokka no mutwalo kubone training jangu oyiko kwongera ku makungula ne sente zofuna mu byenyanja oyike babalusa endisa nekola emere ebyenyanja endwadde nezijanja bayabyo ero bikumotya ngabira mwate ngabya mutindo omwoneso kutide bakukuberere mu byenyanja bouncing kazo zabana ebisanyusa ntoko endoko kasiku bali waggulo okuva mu bayimbi ba Uganda ab'enjawulo. Eno olaba oyiga ng'ate onyumirwa obulamu. Freshwise kuba essimu 0702 mukaaga 2205 oba 0772 mukaaga 26 20 okumanya ebisingawo. Tosubwa omwoleso gw'ebyennyanja oguwagiddwa nawo nga gutegekeddwa Slick Stars.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our business story, several model farmers in the sub-counties of Masafo, Masaba and Tira Town Council in Busia District are reaping big from farming. The farmers say banana and coffee farming is less tasking even when done on a large piece of land. Take a look.
Otema John Bosco, a resident of Tira Village, Abochete Parish, Tira Town Council in Busia District, says dealing in coffee and banana enterprise, he doesn't regret engaging himself in this practice. However, Machi is a professional accountant who didn't look for a white-collar job.
Go up to 50 years, 60 years in the office. They should go back to the land and make use of their land. When they are making use of their land, they should also make it as a living inheritance for the future generation to create wealthy and survive.
He says that his late father gave him 1 acre of land, but as per now, he owns more than 7 acres of land where he operates.
But I'm just fortunate here, the bacteria banana wilt has not affected me. But there is this one of nematodes. The nematodes, this from the soil, it destroys the roots. After destroying the roots, then the banana just falls when the wind comes. So that is the biggest challenge I face with what? The banana disease. Secondly, there is what we call sega toka disease. It makes the leaves dry and black. But that one, I have controlled it by cutting it and destroying it and burning it.
On the issue of the market, Otema says there is ready market and even some buyers come up to home looking for bananas. He says farming has helped him to pay school fees for his children, built a good home and also some commercial house at Tira Trading Center. Likewise, look after his family. Otema praised government for keeping peace and promotion of agro-industry sector. He urged the border riders not to waste their land by selling it off to buy motorcycles. Instead, they should concentrate on farming.
For a border person who fully sells his land at 5 million, he buys a pig at 5 million. In the end, he is killed and the pig is gone. The land is gone. You know, the land is given to us by Almighty God just to steward so that we pass it over to the younger generation.
Minister for Defence and Veteran Affairs Vincent Balunanga Chisempija has expressed hope in the rice farm project in Lukaya in Kalungu district. Sempija, who says he participated in establishing this project, is proud that it has lived to its objectives, including employment creation. This was during his visit to the farming company of the project founder Zongshuan Kwan, a Chinese national operating in Uganda. Details further.
documentary?
Yes, I'm documentary.
No, I have a documentary because this one started from him. My first piece of money is from him. I will remember last time I went to the house.
Jerry Con! Hey, Master Blaster! Touch him, man! Buy Jerry Con with muscle! Those ones who say go for you only. Mundava! Best movies I teach you! But never come up with the muscari because of the camera that is very far. Is you serious? It's serious, you! What? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs and you get your sugar! We buy meat from Umaru. And the woman refused to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you.
Okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're descending into Entebbe Airport. For those proceeding to Kampala City, the biggest event in East Africa is in town.
That's right. The East African Business Expo 2023 is happening from the 23rd to the 26th of March at Kololo Grounds. Join us to network, connect, and grow. Contact us for exhibition or sponsorship opportunities. The 14th East African Procurement Forum and Business Expo 2023 is hosted by PPDA.
Now sit back and relax. It's time to explore great business opportunities.
Hey!
Paying your bills the old way.
Let's go. Just need to buy some power.
Paying your bills with the My Airtel app.
Bro, there's a line.
You have the power in your pocket. The power to instantly pay your bills hassle-free. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Oh, you're back.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Lastly, in our segment of sports news, Luzira Youth Council have formed a sports committee to launch the second edition of Luzira Youth Tournament, which has 21 teams with the aim of reducing crimes in Luzira. Now, the Parish chairperson, Sechiwunga Joshua, together with Luzira Youth Advocacy Structure and Rotary Club, have decided that this is a great idea to make change in society.
Luzira Parish leaders have launched Luzira Youth Tournament with the aim of promoting talents among the youth. Youth Chairman Sechiwunga Joshua asked the general public to come and join them to promote talents, plus creating unity among the youth residents in Luzira.
I'm very glad that the first edition we had for the tournament, it moved on well, and also we were on pressure that these people, they were in need of another second edition. This forced us to see that we organize the second edition. That's why we are here today. And today it's when we have launched our tournament today, to see that we promote our talents among the youth in our parishes, in our zones. In our parish we have 21 villages, and all they are going to participate in this tournament. Although since the last edition we faced a lot of challenges, but this time we want to see that we change these challenges. That's why we are working hand in hand with our leaders to see that we promote these talents.
The second edition tournament is aimed at reducing crime through promoting talents.
This will also help in fighting crime
These youths who are there smoking in Jaga, they don't have time for that if they are in this program. So we urge the other youth leaders within the division to copy, to see how Joshua is doing his thing.
Me, I look at sports as a gift. Not everybody can participate, but I appeal to those ones who are able to come together and participate.
The winner has been promised a cow and 2 million shillings.
Thank you so much for watching UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Chomdisha. Have a lovely night and a blessed week ahead of you. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.